This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com.
What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com giving you your full NXT recap. This one is NXT 340. It was June 15, 2016. Once again, Full Sail University, Orlando, Florida. Once again, Tom Phillips and Corey Graves, your commentators. They started off the show by showing the little ribbon that had the multicolors on it and the caption at the bottom. We stand with Orlando. If you don't know what that's about, you can go ahead and Google that and see what that's about. And then they went over to the NXT Takeover The End recap that happened last Wednesday. Of course, that was the live showing of NXT. And from there, they showed the first match. The guys that attacked American Alpha are making their in-ring debut, their in-ring NXT official debut. They're actually called the Authors of Pain. And they have Hall of Famer Paul Ellering. You know, for all of those guys that was chanting, "Who are you?" That's Hall of Famer Paul Ellering is their manager. Google him and see who he's managing, see why he has a Hall of Fame status. And they didn't even take the opportunity to introduce their opponents. It's just two guys in the ring. And that was not a match. It was a beatdown. It's kind of like when your parents tell you to, as the older brother, to play with your younger brother, and he's way younger, and they say, "Hey, don't take it easy on him." That's pretty much what that match was. It wasn't even a match. It was just a demonstration to show how strong those guys were. So they pretty much just whooped those boys from pillar to post. They did a cool little side Russian leg sweep mixed with a clothesline combo to end the match. The match overall was just a 2 out of 5 because they didn't have anything from the other side. It was just complete dominance, complete in-ring dominance at that. So it was just a 2 out of 5. So Mr. CN, Andrade, he's interviewed about his match with Ty Dillinger at NXT TakeOver The End. And Ty Dillinger pretty much said, "Look, man, your win was a victory." He interrupted and said, "Your win was a victory. It was a fluke victory. Yeah, you need to wrestle me again." And hey, CN took off his little lederhosen suspenders and 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 didn't say yes, but it essentially said yes. And of course, later on, William Regal made that rematch happen. So the Authors of Pain and Paul, they were walking in the background. They stuck a microphone in their face and say, "Hey, what y'all doing in NXT?" Author of Pain just kept walking. Paul said, "In due time." So we'll see what's up with them. Second match, you got Carmella versus Tessa Blanchard. You know, I would have liked this match to be better, but it wasn't. It was a 2 out of 5. Carmella, it was obviously a match to kind of push her. But if you're going to push her, Carmella got a lot of work to do. She's still very, very calculated. She's not very fluid. She has to work on being more fluid in the ring. Everything looked like it's staged and scripted and just like they went and practiced it like it was a waltz. I was expecting to hear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. It's almost like you see them counting in between the maneuvers. But she did what she did. She went through the whole match and she kind of dominated Tessa the entire match. She put the code of silence on Tessa and Tessa submitted. Like I said, the match was a 2 out of 5. So then they showed a post-match interview with, a post-match interview from NXT The End from Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe pretty much said that his win over Finn Balor just proved that he was just a better guy and that nobody has what it takes to sacrifice. Nobody have enough sacrifice to actually take that title from him. This is the beginning of the Joe era. That's essentially what he said. Then they did an interview with Blake and Murphy and was like, pretty much about chemistry because, of course, they kind of split up. Alexa Bliss left, all that, they kind of split up. And they was about to address their both individual chemistry, but they stopped and said, "No, Alexa Bliss was the reason why we was messed up. We back together, and with no Alexa, we're about to go for the tag team titles again." So that was pretty much that. He said, "Hey, we're about to start our run with TM61 tonight." So of course, your third match is going to be TM61 versus Blake and Murphy, and TM61, man, they actually showcase why they've been so popular around the world. Man, they had a lot of great tag team maneuvers. You rarely see nowadays these guys with these good tandem maneuvers. They showcased a lot of them. And then they ended the match with a Thunder Valley. You know, Blake and Murphy had a decent fight in the match, but they pretty much got dominated by TM61. Match was actually a 3 out of 5. That was the first really, really decent match to watch for the night. So it was a 3 out of 5 for me. Then they did the post-match interview from then with the Revival, who became the first two-time NXT champions, tag team champions. And they pretty much said, hey, we said we was going to do what we said we were going to do, become the first two-time tag team champ. We proved it. We the men. And, hey, nobody can walk in our shoes. We the man. We the men. So that was pretty much the gist of their interview. Then they showcased that Bobby Roode showed up at the UK NXT event. I think it was called NXT Download. Over there in the United Kingdom, Bobby Roode showed up. So once again, NXT is taking that other company's top talent and making NXT a little bit of a stronger brand. Then they did a recap of Bayley versus Nia Jax from last month, where Nia Jax just completely like overpowered her and then injured Bayley, and that's why she was in a NXT Takeover the End championship match instead of Bayley for her rematch against Asuka. But they did an interview with Bayley and just trying to get a health update. Bayley says she has a appointment coming up this week, and if everything goes well, she'll be cleared to wrestle for at the earliest next week. And let's see, that leads us to the fourth match. That was it. Ty Dillinger versus Andrade Cien Elmas. You know, the perfect 10 versus 100. A rematch from NXT TakeOver then last week, the live show. And they really should have just dubbed this the Cien Agility Exhibition. I mean, he showcased why people hated him at the beginning of the match, at the end takeover, and by the end of the match, it was, you know, they was chanting for him and cheering for him. He just showcased all kind of in-ring agility, and it was really weird to actually see Ty Dillinger get kind of dominated. I would say a good 97% of the match. So double knee to the head of Ty, you know, the perfect 10 while he's in the corner, pretty much ended that match. Match was either a strong 2 or a weak 3. Can't decide. Let's go 2.5. Let's call it wash. And then the last thing they did was allow Finn Balor, now that he lost to Samoa Joe twice, 2 times in a row, and failed to capture his NXT championship that he held for so long. They essentially let him come to the ring. And he said, you know, all of the people start chanting, please don't go, and things like that. Thank you, Finn. All that type of stuff. And, you know, he played with the crowd a little bit. Then they say, hey, what's next for Finn Balor? Lights go down low. Well, not low. The lights go black. And then Shinsuke Nakamura music hit. Crowd go nuts. So Nakamura comes in the ring and pretty much said that, look, I've watched NXT and I saw you, Finn Balor. You were the face of the company. You were an icon. You became the icon of NXT. Well, if I want to be the champion of NXT, then I need to beat the icon. Whether you're the champ or not, you're still an icon of NXT. So Finn Balor, I want to beat you. So Finn Balor said, hey, well, I see what's next for me. Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's what's next for me. Crowd breaks into yet chants. And that's that. We'll see if when William Regal will make that match official. That is a tongue twister. That was all of NXT. Follow me on here. Subscribe to the channel. Have everybody you know subscribe to the channel. Follow me on PlayTimeCares.com. I do more than just wrestling. A lot of stuff on there. You'll see all the different stuff I do. Find me on everything. Social media. PlayTimeCares.com. Let me know you follow me. And, hey, I follow back. Unless you got one of them crazy accounts. I follow you back. Hey, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Leave your comments. I'm loving it all. Playtime out.